Hey, it's Frank from 40 Honeybee. It's been so long I've forgotten how to say it, because this is day 6 of 6 days straight of rain here in late May. It's been crazy. There have been days where it's just rained non-stop. It's not like the passing shower that you get in spring. So it rained today, but then it cleared up at the end of the day. It's about 17 degrees, about 64 Fahrenheit, and the sun has come out. So I got to get into these hives because I did some splits here, and unfortunately, I didn't time it well with the weather. So I need to see this split here. These two hives were a walkaway split that was done about 10 days ago. So I got to get in there and see if where the queen is, and if the other hive has made queen cells. If they have, I'm going to split them, make some splits off it, and Bob's your uncle at 40 Honeybee. Okay, so I don't know which hive got the queen. This is the not the original hive. This is the split hive, so I was planning to put the queen in here, but it really doesn't matter as long as I can go in now and see if I do find signs of the queen, or if not, hopefully find queen cells. Just show me what they're doing. An initial look, they're very calm. Look at them. They're not moving at all, which is good. Sometimes when a hive is queenless, the hive literally roars to life when you lift the lid off. That definitely wasn't the case here. So let's see what we got. If this hive does have the queen in it, then I'll probably lift up a few frames. Just nectar here and drawing it out. I'll lift up a few frames and put an excluder on, because that should mean that the next hive has the queen in it, and hopefully, or sorry, doesn't have the queen in it and is making some queen cells. And I'll want to take those frames to make splits off them. That's the plan anyway. Let's see what happens. Wow. Heavy frame of honey. Big fat drones all over the place now. Still have the apivar strips on here. They'll be coming off soon. Very quiet hive, especially considering they've been cooped up for 6 days. They're flying now, but... So this is hatched out brood. Hatching out as we speak here. Don't see any eggs there. Wow. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay. Now this is just 10 days old. This is still just brood from the original queen. That's just being capped now. The timelines are not always perfect. I mean, there are very set time frames for laying, hatching of worker bees, drones, and queens, but it's not always perfect. Okay, and here is an example of, we've got larvae, and we've got eggs. Lots of eggs. Alright, so the queen is in this hive right here. Let's see. I don't know if you can see any eggs in there, but tons of eggs. And she is, this larva, that frame is just hatched out, and the queen is already backfilling it. Oh, same here. Same here. So here we've got, again, brood that is hatching out, and they're filling it up as soon as they can. So the queen is definitely looking like she's in this hive. She's just on this frame today. Awesome. Okay. So I got to keep my eyes out for some good brood frames that are capped and ideally ready to emerge. Another nice frame. Let's just see if this frame is on the way in. Or yeah, they're just capping this one too. Let's see on this side. Well, this queen is doing one heck of a job. Be nice if I could find her. Okay, so definitely confirming the queen is in this hive. Now it's just a matter of finding about 3 frames of brood. If we can't find the queen, we'll shake off that brood into the hive and then move it up into the top box, put the queen excluder on it. Wow. Put the queen excluder on it, let the nurse bees work their way back up, and then hopefully the other frame will have queen cells on it, and we'll take these frames to make splits. This queen's doing an amazing job. It's another loaded frame. That frame is only 10 days old and it's already drawn out and filled, and they didn't have of those 10, actually no, it's 10 days. Of those 10 days, 6 of them were rain. Wow, another frame just loaded with eggs and larvae. Same deal over here. Just loaded. Let's see if you can see in there. And there's bees on 8 of these frames, so it's a good idea to split this one. Because this, I mean, this was only split 10 days ago, but it's still, there was 0 drifting of bees back to the original hive. Wow, heavy, heavy honey frame. Okay, so I've got to select, I guess they're all going to be honey from there on out. Let me just make a bit of room here. I've got to select at least 3 frames to shake the bees off and put up in a top box. Yeah, another very heavy honey frame here. Look at this. I'm gonna take this honey frame for resources. Should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, I think I should. I want to get a frame completely capped with brood to move up into the top box. And that ain't it. How about this one? Yeah, this one's going to go. Not completely capped, but pretty darn good. Okay. One more look for the queen. Having a tough time finding this queen. She had been marked, but is no longer. Okay, I'd like to have 2 more like that. Okay, here's another pretty good one. Again, not completely capped, but I'm gonna have to take it. Yeah, this side's looking pretty good. I'll look for the queen. One more, uno más. Oh, that was not great. How about this one? Yeah, this one's pretty heavy with brood. We'll take this one. Let's look for the queen again. Okay, so now we're going to put a queen excluder on here, and and allow the nurse bees to come up and take care, get back to this queen here. Sorry, get back to the brood. Meanwhile, I'll inspect the other hive, which is now confirmed queenless. Hopefully they've made some new queens there. Okay, so now we go over to this hive, and this hive should have some queens, or queen cells, made if the walkaway split was successful. Very quiet though, you see? See what I mean about the rules not always working? Like, this is a queenless hive. Look at how quiet they are. Just nice, nice bees. I don't seem to like these pants. So maybe they are showing signs that they're queenless, but they just stung me. Honey frame we're going to take over here. Oh yeah, they're getting pretty antsy here. And of course it's overcast and it's very late in the day. All those things are things that work against peaceful bees. Well, let's work them quick. Let's see what we can do here. Another honey frame. And here, I'm just certain that as we make our way towards the middle frames, that's where the eggs were that were left in this hive. That's where I suspect we will start seeing queens. Okay, and here we go. Just like we thought. Look at all the queen cells at the bottom of the frame. There's a ton. Now, I don't like their positioning though. They're at the bottom of the frame, which means that they're supersedure cells. So we're going to remove them and move them up to a higher position in the frame. I'll leave at least 2 here, and then any more that I find, there's 3, maybe more. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's lots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start this one too. No. There's 4 down here. So I'm going to leave 2. I'm going to leave this cluster here. I'm just going to move it up to there. And then the other 2 I'm going to take and I'm going to graft into another flame and put them in splits. See these splits that I'm making? I'm not sure if I showed you them there. Alright, so far so good. Let's make some splits. Okay, I've done this a couple of times and it's worked out alright. Just really carefully get behind them. Cut away all the wax that you can that isn't actually belonging to the cup. Should come off. Look at that. Came off really nice. That's 2 full-size beautiful cups. So I'm going to put them down right here. I'm just taking the outside of the wax around the cups and just squishing them into the frame. Alright, so I'm going to keep this frame out because I'm going to take those other 2 cups and put them on another frame. I like to have at least 2 queens per split, 2 queen cells per split. Give them a bit of a choice. So that means I'm making one more split out of this for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, here's another frame of what was brood, but they haven't made any queens on this frame. So that frame doesn't interest me much. Here's that drone frame that I'm not liking. On this side. Okay, here's a frame of, again, hatched out brood that they haven't made a queen out of. And here's a nice brood frame. So I'm going to take this frame and I'm going to attach one of those cells to it and relocate it to one of the hives. Put this one. Okay, let's get you guys off here. Yeah, I love those cells. They're beautiful, good size, but they're not in a great position. I don't like that they're on the bottom. And it kind of makes sense because that hive is full. It actually wouldn't be unlikely. So there is a good likelihood that these queens would hatch and the hive would still swarm. Blew that one, see? Just rushed it a little too much. I'm going to still try and put it in. Never know, maybe it can work. This one, a little bit of royal jelly exposed, but I think it still might be okay. So let's try it. Let's put this one in here. Okay, so this one goes back in. So we have 2 queen cells in the box and we made 1 split off it. So even if we don't find any more queen cells, which I think we will, because we're just getting the brood frames now, hopefully these guys will be able to make a queen out of that. Okay, here's another big brood frame that is hatched out and hatching out. I'll take this one. Split. No queen cells on that one. Might be down to our last frame here. For possible queen cells. Okay, we got something at the bottom here. Let's see what this is at the bottom here. Oh yeah, another big, beautiful capped queen cell. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to remove that and move that up to the top. This frame doesn't have any resources, so I'm not crazy about putting it on this frame. But really it should probably go on the brood frames that I grabbed from another box. So let's see if I can pull it off successfully, set it down, and then we'll see about I should do this in camera shot here. See if I can pull it off and then set it down in a box while we get other frames ready. That was good. Don't get too cold yet, hopefully. Okay, we're down to our last frame, and this is an outside honey frame. I don't know if there were any eggs on this one. There might have been. Oh, it's kind of heavy. Honey on this side. And queen cell. There's one. See right there, pretty much right in the middle. Oh, there's another one down below. Got nothing in it. It's a nice position for this cell, right in the middle there. I'm going to take this one. Odd place for it, right at the very end, but it was definitely a frame that had eggs on it before. I just want to check this one again. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope. Okay. So, we've got cells in 3 splits, and we've got cells in this hive. So let's bring the brood, the queen's on this black one. So let's bring this brood frame on the other side of that. just so that the cluster stays closer to where I think the queen's going to come from. Take one look at this frame, and I might shake these bees off. It's a good frame for nurse bees. A lot of drones on it. See? Whoa! Holy smokes! Mother load, look what I found! 2 more queens. It's a good thing I shook it, huh? Okay, I'm going to move those up in this frame and put them in that box where I have the other queens sitting there. Good thing I shook this. Meant to be. 2 really good extractions there. So now I need a frame of brood to put them on. And I've taken enough out of this hive. This hive has been weakened enough. If they had the idea of swarming, that probably should have gone away now. Because the hive's been weakened as far as numbers go. And I'm going to shake a couple more frames off this, because there's a decent number of bees in this top box. So, trying to find frames with brood, but I'm not going to mess with the queen cell frame, obviously. Check all these frames again for hidden queen cells. Okay, so now we're going to have to make up the rest of these cells from the other hive, because that's the rest of these frames from the other hive, because I've taken plenty out of there. Okay, so let's see if we've got some nurse bees up top. We gave them about 15-20 minutes, but that should be enough. Yeah, they're up here. Not many. Yeah, I'm gonna take these brood frames, but I definitely have to shake more bees in there. I'm gonna take this frame and use this as the grafting frame for now 3 queen cells. The bigger ones are so much easier to put in because you've got a lot to work with. Okay, let's put this frame in. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, so I made a bit of an audible. Instead of 3 splits, I ended up doing 2 splits. I think there were enough queen cells to do 3 splits, but I don't think there were enough bees. We still got some cold days ahead of us, so I'm going to show you the boxes that I made. Each one is a 4-frame nuke box, and each one has 4 frames of worker bees with very few, if any, foragers. So they should be able to maintain their numbers. This hive now, the numbers have been dwindled down. Now this has 4 frames of bees on it, 5 frames of bees on it. There's also this top box. It has a bunch of foragers in that as well. So I'm not worried about the population of this hive. They just need to make that queen. And we need to get some queens mating here, or else all of this is for naught. So now we just got to kind of let these hives sit for a while. They were split, what, 14 days ago? No, 10 days ago. So the queen should be hatching in the next, emerging in the next few days. The weather is supposed to get nicer, thank goodness. Come on, bees, move out of there. Move out of there. And then they still need, you know, the better part of a week to get out and mate, and then another few days for them to start laying eggs. So now we just got to chill and let these bees do their job. Alright, let me show you these splits. Just going to show you one box because the other box is kind of wonky and it took me a long time to get the lid on. Have a look at this one though. So there's good nurse bees on all 4 frames there. So they should be able to keep the queen cells and the brood that they have in there nice and warm. And hopefully they'll make some queens. So we're kind of in, we've done some splits. Now I just want to try and settle down for a couple of weeks and let them do their job and let them replicate and multiply. And hopefully we'll go up to our goal of 8 to 10 hives for the year. Healthy and happy and with some honey as well. I'm 40 Honeybee.